And here we are in the kitchen once again. And once again, we're making cookies because genuinely this is our treat. Like we just had lunch not too long ago, and lunch was, I also made butternut squash soup, which is basically sitting in this Instant Pot and then I have to blend it. But lunch was ground beef. We actually found organic spaghetti noodles from Whole Foods, which we don't have wheat all that often, but this one was like an Italian wheat, which is a little bit easier to process. Oh my goodness, no. I'm gonna have a montage of Tiki jumping on the counter. And Tiki, you gotta look at the camera.
That was good, huh?
Yeah. Cabbage, carrots, a little bit of beets, cheddar cheese, like a really clean cheeses, and some clean heavy cream. And so that was lunch, and now we're making cookies. And now we redid the recipe again. So I'll put that recipe up here because that's kind of our like, all right, we've done it about 100 times. This is a recipe that we're gonna do. Look, these are our best cookies yet. So yeah, the recipe that I just posted creates these. Beautiful. What are you doing? You have to go through this. No, hold on. Go through the tunnel. Come on, Bubby. Come on. Go through the tunnel. Yes. Come on. Go through the tunnel. Oh my God. Wolfie, get out. Hey, come here, silly. So George is about to bring our baby cats from downstairs. They've been isolated from the rest of the pets. Wolfie, can you go in the crate? Crate. Good boy. By the way, he's a border collie, if anybody was wondering his breed. So I have this cat tent, and I've had it for years because I've had we call them the big cats for a really long time. So they're like 4 years old. So I used to use this to bring them outside. What we're doing today is we're gonna end up putting the baby cats, which here he comes. Oh my goodness. Inside of this tent. And that way they get to interact with us all day. Well, not all day, but they get to interact with us. And they get to interact with the other cats. Not Wolf so much. And so, yeah. Hey, Smokes. Oh, this is such a good idea.
Look at Ty.
Coco.
Oh my God, Coke. We should put Coco in the garage.
Yeah. So cool. Oh, you're going in the tunnel. Good boy, Smokey. We had such a blast yesterday with the little baby kitties in the tent, and we actually left them in there pretty much all day long. So now it's Friday, November 15th. We actually get a butcher box. So our butcher box comes in today, and I had gotten a deal where I got like free salmon for a year, except something in the back end messed up and I didn't get it the first month. So now I am gonna get like 2 orders of salmon and then like all the other stuff that we get. And I'll make a little review on ButcherBox and let you guys know like how long does it last for us and all that stuff. And today we're headed down to like this other, it's like super South Charlotte, and it's called Ballantyne, and we like to just like get out a few times a week. So we're gonna head down there, work on our computers, and just have a nice little Friday. Yay! Got the butcher box. Eee!
exciting, huh?
It's perfect timing too. We were about to walk out the door. This isn't gonna be a formal review or anything just because we are walking out the door, but essentially they pack it with dry ice and like you can't touch that. And then all the stuff is down in here. So we have 2 steaks. We have shrimp, ground beef. Wow, that's such a nice looking meat. And then we have, oh my gosh, some big packs of wild caught Alaskan sockeye salmon. Oh, we haven't had salmon for the entire month because we knew it was coming in this box. And then there's just more, like we have stew beef and then we have chicken. We have had absolutely a fantastic day today. We're eating pizza. There's this app called Seed Oil Scout. And if you live in the US, it can help you find places that don't cook with like inflammatory oils like canola oil or seed oils, like whatever. And so this pizza place was on the list of using just olive oil. And so we tried it for the first time and we like it. I wanted to talk to you guys about my 70-30 rule. And you've probably heard me talk about this before, but 70% of the time I eat really clean, where I'm eating ground beef with asparagus and some quinoa. And then 30% of the time I'm eating things like pizza, or like I can kind of get away with something that sits in between 70-30. So like we make homemade cookies, as you guys know, and they kind of sit in between where they're like clean-ish, but they're still probably part of my 30%, right? But we're not going out eating like burgers and like, you know, too much of the time we're not doing like 50-50. We're doing 70-30, and it keeps our inflammation low. We get to sleep well, all of the things. So I just wanted to share that in this vlog of, hey, we're eating pizza again, and we're actually gonna make cookies tonight, because we have a problem. But it's been an absolutely fantastic day. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. November 19th, and I had like an easy morning. That's kind of what I showed you, just like, you know, the whole like slow life, cottagecore, cozy life movement on TikTok. I wanted to have like a nice, slow, intentional morning, And then we did some hours of work. It's now 2:30. We just made lunch and then we prepped some cookies. So these are walnut white chocolate chip cookies, right? And this one, oh, our husband's just so helpful sometimes. So I'm trying to like make cookies and cook at the same time. And I was like, oh, can you like, you know, watch the noodles? Like, can you stir the noodles? And he like kind of stirs the noodles, ends up overflowing, which we were trying to prevent while I'm doing something else. And I was like, all right, I'll take over the noodles. And I'm like, can you put the cookies in the freezer, right? So I put them into balls, put them on a pan with parchment paper. And then he's like trying to get it in the freezer, right? There's a whole bag of frozen blueberries on the side there. I said it needs to be in there for 10 minutes. So then I go, and the door's not even shut all the way. I shut it, and he's like, oh, stop, what'd you say?
I said, don't be alarmed, but you gotta be careful with the unopened door or half open door.
So I go, and the whole damn pan just slides out. This just slides right out of the freezer. It's just so helpful.
Well, she said put it in the freezer, so I put the whole thing in the freezer. I don't tell a lie, and I do what I'm told, so I did the right thing at the end of the day.
The literal nature of men is cringy.
Cringy.
I saw this TikTok that was like, when I tell my husband to go check on the baby, and it's like the husband literally like opens the door, walks into the room, and literally looks at the baby and then leaves. And then it's like when the wife looks at the baby, she walks in and she's like making sure that the baby's okay, that the baby's breathing, that the temperature's okay, that the crib is set, that everything's good. And I told him about that. He was like, yes.
Happy wife, happy life. At the end of the day, cookies are in the freezer and the job's done.
The job is technically done. If you've been keeping up with our cookies, well, we've basically perfected the recipe, right? So now most of our cookies look absolutely flawless. And interestingly enough, I put a little bit of carob powder in here because they are milk chocolate chips. No, they're white chocolate chips, which don't really taste like chocolate fully to me. So I'm like, well, maybe if I added a little bit of carob powder. So we'll see how that goes. You can't have any. You can't have our cookies. You can't have our cookies.